Welcome to the Optopic Podcast, episode 117. I'm doing another solo episode, guys. Sorry about that. Just kidding. I'm here with
H. I'm back after a nice vacation. Nah, just kidding.
Went to
I wish I
Dubai.
had a vacation.
Yeah.
Fuck, I wish, yeah.
Have you ever taken a vacation?
Not a real one.
Not a real one, huh? So deeper.
Never have.
I can't wait. I can't wait for like the next chapter of our lives, where we can do some badass Netflix documentaries about our past. About our past, you know, and then you're really gonna it's gonna be like fucking sick, you know, like when the CIA like uncovers like files and shit like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Are you big into like those documentaries?
I'm not, because
like CIA, like the CIA and shit, like real, not conspiracy shit, but like
I feel like they'll never tell you the truth.
yeah,
like it's like, to me it's like someone who's a psychic. Like, I could never believe you. Like, the CIA lies so much, even when they're telling the truth, it's like, I don't even know if it's the truth anymore. Mm-hmm. You lied so much, you know? Like, I don't get it. Like, I feel like it's tainted already.
You kill your own people.
Yeah, like, that's why I don't... To me, it's like those people that we grew up with that we talked about where, like, they lie a lot.
Yeah.
Like, if they told you, oh, I saw a UFO at night, even if they were telling the truth and 100% they did see one, I'm going to think you're full of shit. It's fucked up. Like, that's why when they're like, oh, they finally uncovered the Kennedy files that they did like a couple of years ago.
I heard.
And then I'm like, oh, cool, I don't care. Like, same thing with like the aliens from Mexico. I was like, I don't even care. Like, it's not, like, I'll know when it's real, you know?
Yeah. When they make it like official, you know?
Yeah.
I only hear from one source, and then one source just changes it up. And
yeah, that's why I don't care about like, oh, uncovered files or like the hidden mysteries revealed. Like,
yeah,
like they ain't no fucking.
How did the rainy weather treat you?
I was kind of enjoying it at first, and then I was also like, oh, I'm gonna die driving, you know? Yeah. What about you?
It was pretty scary. I was just annoying with the floods, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when you're like driving into a nice little street and then you just get surprised with the.
When you get stuck, you feel the car slow down.
I know.
Like, fuck.
I like going through puddles for fun, you know?
Really?
Not too much, but like,
I'm kind of glad because my car was a little dirty. It was getting a little spotty,
so
I kind of did like wash the spots up. I know it doesn't wash it correct because you still get like when it dries, you see it.
But your car has like a darker color. It's not like a white pearl, you know?
Yeah, it's iceberg.
Yeah, iceberg.
Someone at work told me it was silver. It kind of got me BRM.
Silver is like that fucking candy, you know?
Yeah,
like
I fucking hate that shit. Yeah, I don't like that shit. But yeah, what about you? Are you happy it's over, the rain already, or what?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like California only needs like a week of rain and we're set.
When I start to get annoyed by it, I'm always like, we don't get it often. Like, I guess it's fine to have like a different like look for the day.
Yeah.
So I'll try to be like grateful.
Just to make it England too, you know?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I think I can't do that.
Well, a lot of people get depressed like living in England.
I bet.
Or like the UK. It's the same bullshit.
Yeah.
My bad, like the Eastern Europe.
They only have one name for it, you know?
Yeah, the UK,
Great Britain,
Great Britain.
like what? Like, what is it? I don't know. Like, shout out. We actually have listeners in the UK. Shout out the UK.
They're Derby County fans.
With all due respect. And that's why we call it football for you guys. Just kidding, man.
I like when Jake Paul or Logan Paul called off soccer in front of Haaland.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What did Haaland say?
His reaction was just... and then Kid's like, it's football, man.
Wow. I feel like... don't... And you know, you said... And I actually didn't agree with you about this, and I do now. You said a lot of times that like a lot of Asian cultures, they try to like make you play by their rules. Like if you go to like a Japanese restaurant, like a nice one, like, oh, take off your shoes. Like you're gonna use chopsticks. Like you have to like, you can't use a spoon. Like we won't give you a spoon. Like shit like that. Like what? Like when did you start noticing that?
Probably when I felt that I was kind of useless in that way of.
Would you say like
I was never targeted like directly? It was more like at a Korean restaurant when I went, you know. It's like everybody's eating chopsticks. I'm like, fuck, like I feel like a dumbass here, you know.
Yeah. So you think it's your insecurity or like
insecurity for sure?
But do you also kind of do really think that like
I feel like they should
bullshit?
Enforce,
yeah.
Because I wouldn't force nobody like in my house to like take off their shoes or
to eat tortillas or like put.
Salsa. I'll try to accommodate you the best way I could, you know.
Yeah.
Like. I feel better like if you're comfortable and you have whatever you need,
Yeah, like I love green salsa, and I do think it makes like tacos better. But I'm not gonna be like, here, have this. You have this is how you eat it. Like I went to
I'll go buy it. Hey bro, let's go buy it.
Yeah, like I went to Din Tai Fung, which is like it's a pretty cool place. It's kind of basic. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a nice restaurant where it's like dumplings. It's Korean dumplings, and it is nice and everything. And the waiter, first of all, was super nice, but it kind of did annoy me when he was like, oh, do you know about the sauces? Like, do you know how to eat the dumplings? And I'm in my head, I'm like, well, I don't put them up my ass, bro. I fucking put them in my mouth. I chew and I fucking swallow, It's gay. And then I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah. So, and then there's like instructions, like you dip it in this sauce and then the other sauce next, and then you eat it. And then I'm like, nah, I don't want sauce. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll try the sauce if I'm curious, but don't tell me what to do
or how to put it.
And then when I ordered like wonton soup, which is like, it was a pretty good soup. And then there's like a spice oil where like it also had instructions like, oh, you put the spice oil in the broth in the caldo and then you mix it and then you eat it. Like,
oh shit.
Nah, but not even no shit. Like, what if I don't want to?
Oh yeah, obviously.
Like, don't give me I feel like, I don't know. Also too, like with like when you eat sushi, because I like sushi sometimes. Like, oh, the wasabi, the green chili paste. Like, oh, you're only supposed to use that for certain rolls. Like, I'll use it for whatever the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't instruct me on how to eat your food.
What rolls do they expect you to use it in?
I don't know. I can't even fucking tell you. But I've been told sometimes, like, oh, this isn't for rolls. Like, it's for, like, actual sushi. Like, the ones that you see in, like, animes and shit. Like, real sushi.
And like with the live fish.
Because rolls is more like an American thing, right? Not live fish, like raw fish.
I know.
Yeah, yeah, this is fucking in your mouth, like you die.
Some fucking espina.
A small goldfish chokes you to death, and you're fucking dead. But yeah, and I was thinking like, and I liked the restaurant, the Din Tai Fung. It was really good.
Yeah.
But I was like this was kind of annoying, and then like Diana was kind of struggling with her soup because they give you that weird spoon that's not a spoon. Like, where it's like, that's for the broth, and the chopsticks is for the noodle. And then I went up to the waiter, and because she's shy, and I was like, can I get a spoon? Like,
what'd they say?
He's like, oh, yeah, of course. And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm fucking paying. At the end of the day, I'm fucking paying. Do I get a discount for using chopsticks? No. So, like, after that, I was like, you know what? I kind of agree with H. Like, and I noticed, like, Asians do that a little more than other cultures.
Yeah, like, other cultures, I don't know who else would.
Yeah,
force you to.
I've personally never done it, but I know that Asians are like, oh, take off your shoes, or like, we don't have a table, we sit on our knees. You know how Japanese, they don't have tables, or I don't know if that's true or not, but it's kind of their culture.
Yeah,
I felt like
the original ones. Yeah.
I felt like Donnie Brasco. I like how you said the original Japanese, like the original Jordan ones, the ones that first dropped, the Japanese that first dropped.
Those are replicas.
Yeah. These are new ones. Yeah. They're gonna drop next week. They're already sold out on these new Japanese ones. Yeah, nah. I felt like Donnie Brasco, like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like,
that scene is bad.
Yeah, it is. That fool was wearing a wire. So Donnie Brasco's a mob movie with Johnny Depp and Al Pacino, and he's a rat, right? And he's wearing a wire, and he's wearing in his boots. And the Japanese guy's like, you got to take it off. And then they get into a big argument. And he's like, my dad died in Pearl Harbor. I'm not fucking doing. He's lying, right? And they beat the shit out of this poor Japanese guy. And I'm like, fuck, dude. And you know what? Like, the differences between me and Henry is, I'm watching the scene like, oh, this is horrible. Horrible human beings. And I'm watching with this. Put it back, rewind it.
I had to replay it like 4 times.
Yeah, dude. You always make me replay shit. It's fucking funny. Yeah, when you're not fucking texting and you're actually paying attention to a movie. Yeah,
I was like,
let us know, guys, if you have that friend that is always texting and never paying attention.
Everybody's gonna say yes.
I know they have dumb. I feel like they have dumb friends. So I feel like a lot of your squads are dumb. But it's all good. Yeah, dude, I was like, man, I kind of get H now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Speaking of fucking, why did we bring up Logan Paul? Oh, the soccer thing, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of the Pauls, I guess not Logan, but so Sean Strickland, UFC not champion anymore. He talked a bunch of shit about Jake Paul, right? And they were all over Twitter. And this is what Sean Strickland said on Twitter. Real talk, jokes aside, Jake Paul is an utter fucking joke. You box small, retired, old MMA fighters, and you sell sugar water to kids. I think he's confusing him with Logan, because Jake is on Prime.
I don't think Jake's part of it.
But whatever.
Dumbass.
If it were legal, I'd take your fucking life with a smile on my face. Is there any place on this earth I can take this man's life and walk?
That's the most Karen shit.
And then he replied, and he said, Sean Strickland again tweeted, he replied to himself, actually, Jake, I'll make you a better deal because money can't buy happiness and you have plenty of it and you're still a cunt. No cameras, me and you in a desert, that would buy my happiness. No Instagram, no likes, no games, just you, that's what I want. Jake Paul replies, Sean Strickland, and he spells it Sean like Shawn Michaels. Sean Strickland, you're embarrassing for trying to stop Sneeko like that. You weren't even able to drop someone with no experience while going all out. You're a horrid boxer that only picks on inexperienced people. I'll fly you to Puerto Rico and we can fight on camera. If you win, I'll give you $1 million, half of your net worth. But if you get dropped, you have to get better tattooed on you. DM me. But just like Patty Pimblett, I'm guessing you'll find a way to run. End of quote. Better is the gambling site that Jake Paul runs or owns.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. The Sneeko thing.
What was up with it? Like, why'd it come up? Or
I think Sean just started talking shit because Sean Strickland is going to Sean Strickland. Yeah. And do you know who that kid Sneeko is? I don't like that kid. He's one of those like alpha male kids that he hung out with Andrew Tate once, and now porn stars are whores and they're gonna burn in hell. And
is it that skinny one?
He looks like such a bitch. Yeah, he looks like that Asian kid who hung out with too many cholos, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah, this fucking nerd. Yeah. And he. Did you ever see when he met Sean Strickland?
No.
Yeah, so I like Sean Strickland here. He was so like he didn't want to say he was an influencer. Like he was like, oh, I'm just a guy. When Sean Strickland was like, who the fuck are you? So you know how he talks. And then he was like, I'm just a guy, man. He was trying to be smart. And then Sean Strickland right away is like, oh, you're an influencer, huh? And he's like, oh, I don't like that name. And then he was like, what do you do? And he goes, oh, I train some boxing. Like, you're not a boxer. You're an influencer. Shut the fuck up. And it was just so funny because you can tell that he was not the alpha male in that where, like, he's talking to someone legitimately crazy in Sean Strickland, and you're not the fucking man that you think you are. You want to play the clips? Like 40 seconds. He wasn't, like, rude to him. But he did, like, you could tell he punked him a little bit.
Sean, nice to meet you, Sneeko.
What's up, man? What's your name?
Sneeko, congrats on the win and everything.
Sneeko, who the fuck are you, Sneeko?
I'm just a guy, I'm working and everything.
What do you do?
I do train, I do some
Are you
boxing.
an influencer?
So I don't like that term.
What are you?
I'm a guy, man, what are you?
A fucking MMA fighter. Is he an influencer?
I guess so, yeah.
Well, keep it going, man.
All right.
Keep telling the people.
Can you give some words of wisdom? I liked your podcast with the Nug Boys. To see him get pressed like that for the first time was funny.
Majority of influencers are cunts.
Yeah.
Work hard. Be a decent man. Stay on fucking Instagram. Stay on TikTok. You have a better life.
Thanks, Sean.
So that's the kid where he feels like
he had like his own channel and shit.
he's like a streamer, like he's like a clout guy.
Like
yeah, but he's worse because he thinks he's a tough guy. Like he just says shit like. Now he's all like about like anti-porn stars and anti-sex before marriage, which is like.
Is he like with? Does he hang out with Jake Paul or something?
Nah, he doesn't. But that's what Jake Paul said because they sparred, and Sean Strickland fucked him up. Look, I mean, for people that are listening, you can't watch it, but I'll fucking play it for H.
Jesus Christ.
I know you're not a big fan. I truly think Sean Strickland doesn't lie when he says shit like, I'll fucking murder you if I could get away with it. I feel like he would. Yeah, of course. Who wants to go to jail? So that's what Jake Paul said. We're like, oh, you couldn't even drop him, and you're only, like, you fucking punk someone who's not a fighter, you know? Which I do agree.
Yeah, but I mean, right there, I don't agree with Jay because I'm pretty sure the guy wanted to challenge Sean.
Yeah, don't spar a fighter then. What do you expect? Like
Sean's gonna do what he has to do. You know?
Yeah, and like, oh, like, I'm gonna like let you jab me a little bit so you can look kind of good, so that you can say shit later. Like, no, like, fuck you. Like,
I think that was just more like.
It was for sure a punking.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, it was for sure. Because, like, okay,
you tried to bite more than what you could.
Who's a nice guy? Like, I don't think
Wonder Boy.
I don't think Wonder Boy would do that to him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Wonder Boy would like kick him around and like maybe give him a leg kick.
Run around.
But he wouldn't do that. That's fucking crazy. So yeah, it's definitely a Sean Strickland.
I like the effort Sean's trying to put to stay relevant, but nobody gives a fuck about you.
You think so? Why are you so against Sean Strickland? What don't you like about him, actually?
He's dirty. To me, he's like just a hater on like the young generation. Like, oh, all these influencers. Like, it's almost like they took something away from him, you know? Like, it's a whole different world.
Oh, okay.
And then for Sean to just come out and attack Jake for no reason. That's why I asked, like, was there like something?
No, Jake didn't do anything.
Yeah, so you just look like a little dork. Nah, you're the one punking the younger guys, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, Sean's a joke now.
You don't agree that a lot of influencers are pieces of shit, so?
I don't give a fuck if they're pieces of shit. I'm not perfect either, but I mean,
yeah, but you're not scamming people with crypto, and you're not, and you're
you
not,
fall for that,
and you're not sexually assaulting women like all these YouTubers that are fucking creepy.
That's their thing.
Yeah,
there's never a rule that says influencers have to be nice people.
I agree with you,
because
but
I know you and me, we do content creating, but we're not pieces of shits, you know.
I agree with you. But I like seeing fools get put in their place also, and I kind of this is my thing with I don't mind you know what influencer I don't hate that I used to hate? I don't fucking hate Bryce Hall because Bryce Hall minds his own fucking business, and at least he fights bare knuckle, which is fucking crazy because anyone can do like boxing. But bare knuckle is fucking crazy. You can break your hands, you can cut your skin. It's fucking dirty, you know? I don't even watch it. I think it's dirty. But he does it, I give him props. I'm not saying I like him personally, but that's an influencer. I'm like, all right, cool. But like, for example, like fools like Sneeko and stuff like that, like once you start being like a prophet of like, oh, this is how I live my life and this is how you should live your life, like fuck off. Like you're a fucking influencer.
Yeah, I don't
like you don't influence shit.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like influencers shouldn't influence shit. I shouldn't influence shit because I'm not fucking perfect. No, you know what I'm saying?
Whatever you say or we say or anything, it's out there, and some people are gonna get influenced by it, and some people aren't. You know? I think it's just more like a natural turn that just came in. But also, what's it called? What was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, you do have a point there when they try to change their life and be prophets. I think that's annoying. Like the Tates or David Goggins. Like
yeah, that's why I really don't.
I feel like they put more of. They harm the society more than the ones who are just selling crypto, you know? Because these who are really changing somebody's behavior, you know, for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point, you know? I mean,
like David Goggins, like, who does he get? He gets like fucking lonely,
nerds.
soft foods nerds or fucking young kids, you know, that want to be, I want to be a grunt, you know?
Yeah.
That's who he's targeting.
You know what? I wouldn't be shocked. Like, I used to be a big conspiracy guy. The old Roz would have thought David Goggins is a plant by the government to get kids to sign up to be recruits more.
That's funny. That's not a bad conspiracy.
That's my thing where I'm like, wow, like look at this guy. Like, hey man, hey man, I know school's not your thing, you know? Like, are you really gonna go to college? Like, why don't you do something that matters? Why don't you better yourself personally? I was just like you, and then they show the picture of him being fat. I was just like you, and it's just like one picture.
Yeah,
the same picture everyone's seen.
Picture. That's funny.
Yeah, and it's like, oh wow, I am a loser. I am a pussy. I don't like myself. I am depressed, right? And then you exercise, which does help with depression. So you start to be like, oh wow, this actually works. Let me sign up for the Navy or whatever, the Army. He was in the Navy, right?
No,
Goggins, yeah. I always had that feeling that like Goggins was a bit of a plant.
I'm pretty sure he got
because how the fuck are you on Joe Rogan all of a sudden? And he's been on Joe Rogan for years already. But it's exactly. So, like, I know you didn't run into Joe Rogan at a comedy club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty sure he did get some funds.
I feel like he gets paid by the Army. Tim Kennedy.
But Tim Kennedy.
I feel like he's real.
He's real.
He's real. He's a fucking UFC fighter.
Probably one of my best podcast episodes ever in Joe Rogan. So,
yeah. Oh, Tim Kennedy's fucking awesome.
The one in 2019, 2018, which is badass.
Yeah, but I feel like, I mean, and Tim Kennedy has said it. He said it on the Joe Rogan podcast. He's like, if you're in shape and you're interested, you go to your local recruiter and sign up. He does obviously promote it, right? And in that episode, he did talk about how scary it is that we're getting less and less recruits by the year, right? and like more obesity in classes. Like you go to a class, and, like everyone's fat.
But he's not lying. Too,
But he's not lying. Yeah, it's a fact.
Like David Goggins lies to all these fucking kids out of high school, or like these young adults also.
Exactly.
It's like you're full of shit, fool.
Exactly. I think he's fucking full of shit.
And look who's bought in his book. I mean, you and me have seen it.
Yeah.
Like losers.
Yeah, exactly. You know what is another version of that to me?
Who?
Like born again Christians. Where like all of a sudden like Hulk Hogan is a Christian.
All late.
And I'm like, but this is my thing. Yeah. I feel like you know what it is? Old age starts to hit. You start to feel slower.
Oh, definitely.
Starts to feel slower. You start to get scared. Like, fuck, I'm going to die soon. Like, what if there is a God?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well,
I've been a piece of shit my whole life. It doesn't work for me, brother. I've been burying foods my whole life. Kind of been a racist. I'm talking about Hulk Hogan, by the way.
Yeah, I mean.
Or like, I feel like the guilt starts to hit. And like, I know a friend of a friend who like his grandpa, he was like a sick sicario in Mexico. Like he killed a lot of people, and it was like well known that like he was like a murderer, like for hire. Like I'll tell you about him later. And now he's like 80, and now like they always say se la pasa en la iglesia now. Like
yeah, that's what happens.
Look
at cholos.
I feel like cholos do that too. Where like I mean I think sicarios are cooler than cholos, but
at least they get paid.
Yeah. And like my point with that is like to me that's like a little weird.
Yeah.
Like that's not you. And then this is my thing too. Like I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind when I get older and more mature. But I feel like if you harm people, whether you murder them or not, like let's say just regular, if you've been a piece of shit your whole life, you don't get to then clear your conscience because you found God or whatever. Like to me, it's like nah, make it right. Like be a fucking man. Be a fucking man and call your ex-wife and be like, hey, I'm sorry I treated you like shit all these years. And you were right to leave me. Be a fucking man and call your kids and tell them, hey, I was a horrible father. I apologize. And then you can move on. Instead of just like, if you're able to, right? Maybe sometimes people don't talk to you.
Obviously, I'm at a young age. Like, I don't want to make it all but right now, like at 26, I don't want to be later on and be like off. I don't want to be like those people. I would rather be like what you're saying. Just accept the fact that you're a piece of shit and you did these wrong things,
or that you were a piece of shit, not that you are, you know?
I don't know if I will be, but like I'm never gonna deny with the shit.
H-coin, crypto.
Yeah, like I'm never gonna deny the shit that I've done or that I've been doing,
Yeah.
Like to me, that's me, and I'm gonna live with it. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm a bad liar overall. Like, I'd rather just fucking say the truth,
Yeah.
I don't fucking hide shit. I mean. Yeah, I'm a piece of shit. Yeah, they say the dumbest shit ever,
Or like, oh yeah, I fucked up and I maybe was too passionate about this thing back then. And, like I get it, but like,
and also off topic hasn't done bad things too,
Yeah. Like I have no like dead bodies in my closet, But my point being is like, I don't like that shit. Like you don't get to.
It's almost like a cheat code they're playing,
Yeah, like
they get to pray.
Yeah, like R2, R1, R2, left down prayer, left down prayer.
Which is that one?
That's true. Well, it's not because it doesn't have prayer in it. It's a weapons cheat for GTA 3.
Oh.
But yeah, my point being like, you don't get to fucking do that because it's fake to me. Like I don't like that shit. And that's what I mean with like a lot of influencers going back to that. They do that where like for example that Sneeko dude. Oh, I was drinking lean every day, fucking girls, and like I was a bad person, but now I work out and I do Muay Thai training and I'm friends with Andrew Tate and my life is better. And you're a fucking piece of shit. You're a fucking whore because you drink and you're a single woman and you have a boyfriend and you're not married. You're a whore. Like, fuck you. Like, you were fucking those type of girls.
Yeah.
You don't get to me, you don't get to have fun, bang all these chicks, do all these drugs, screw over all these people. And then like, all right, I've had my fill, yeah, man, I'm done. Yeah, like fuck you. Like accept what you did, and don't judge people for going through that path. Yeah. Like I feel like honestly, if for our Christian listeners, if you're listening to this is just gonna turn people off from Christianity or whatever religion, right? When I say Christian, I mean like any religion that believes in Christ, not Christian like small church Christians. Like I'm saying like anyone that believes in Christ. Like. It's gonna turn people off. You think you're leading people, right, by letting them know the word of Jesus Christ, but in reality, like, estás cayendo mal, and you're the fool that when you walk away, everyone's gonna talk shit about. I don't know.
Yeah, or just do it. It's not bad of doing it. It's more like Just keep it to yourself more, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if people are naturally like from a young age, they're raised like that, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with changing. Like,
it's
you
more
could
like the
change.
people who we're talking about right now who do all the pecados and then later on they want to be the saints. You know?
Like, for example, like we had this girl who always wanted to be on the pod, and we were always down to have her, and then all of a sudden, like, good for her, like, she finds God, and then like she gets married, and like good for her.
Oh,
yeah, all of a sudden she finds God.
Yeah.
And then we're like, all right, cool, let's do the episode. And like, oh, my boyfriend said it's not such a good idea to do it. And I took that shit as like, oh, you guys are like some sinners, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck. I know that's what it was. And that's what I'm saying by like, don't fucking act like you're better than me when a year ago you were admittedly the worst version of yourself, right?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Like, now you're fucking clean and I'm rolled in shit. Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even buttered about the cancellation. Like, I've been canceled on before, like with podcasts. Shada Brown. Shout out Shada Brown. And like, to me it's like, you don't get to just do that, like become like clean and then like, hey, like I can't hang out with you
and then
anymore.
choose your fruit.
Or like, yeah, or like, oh, my boyfriend or like whoever got you into that, like, oh, he says like that's like I shouldn't do it. Like, the fuck do you think we're gonna do? Like, do blow and fucking have an orgy afterwards? It's a fucking podcast. And we even said, "How bring your fucking boyfriend? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, and just shit like that. Where like, I feel like to our Christian audience, like, know that turns people off to what you're doing, and also too, like, I know they say like, oh, spread the gospel, right? Like, spread the word. This is kind of like a bit I'm working on. Like, if I was religious, I wouldn't spread the word because the less people in heaven, the better. Like, I don't want to share.
Funny.
I don't want to wait for a table in heaven, you know?
Yeah.
Because I converted all these motherfuckers. Now I got to eat outside in the cold, you know? Like, just shit like that. Like,
with the patio heater.
Yeah. And then, like, they don't turn it up.
We had that situation.
Yeah, dude. The other day I went out. The other day, when we went out the other day.
Yeah, oh,
and
yeah.
And then she was like, do you guys want to dine out outside? And I was like, you're basically asking me, do you want to fucking freeze your balls off outside? Like, nah, I don't want to fucking sit down.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we won't talk about this all day, but it's just to end it on this. Like, you're not helping people. You're actually turning a lot of people off to it. Like, and don't be that guy that, like, when you walk out of the room, like, or don't be that guy that, like, oh, like, I guess I can't cuss around him.
I hate that shit.
He's like, oh, I guess I can't.
And I'm a person that's very acceptable with religion, like, for you too as well. Like, we don't give a fuck if you do your praying or anything, you know? It's more like what we're trying to explain is there's a group of people that want to switch the fucking lights and then boom, there's strict rules that we have to follow just for them, you know? I almost feel like I'm in a movie, you know?
Yeah.
Where shit's censored.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not a big fan of that, but
yeah, be Catholic or Christian, but keep on drinking.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
Be Catholic, keep on drinking.
Hell yeah, that's what's cool about being Catholic. There's no rules.
There's no rules.
there is
Crusades and wine, dude.
you don't have to go to church every Sunday.
Let's go.
you can stay.
You know what show you would like a lot?
one?
Or I mean, you're not an anime fan, but Hellsing Ultimate. I've told you about it. It's about, this is gonna sound fucking stupid, by the way. It's about like Nazi vampires.
Oh shit!
And like it's fucking crazy because anime.
Is it like Castlevania?
It's more brutal.
Oh really?
Yeah, like the vampires, like they have swastikas. They don't censor.
I think you showed it to me like
they don't censor the swastikas. Probably they don't censor the swastikas.
Oh, you did.
Like, it's
you
fucking
did.
intense. Like they fucking say it's like Siegel and shit. Like it's fucking crazy. And then they have like this organization called the Hellsing Organization where they fight supernatural evils, and they are Catholic. And then they have the Irish ones where they're Protestant.
There's a Pope, nah?
Yeah, and there's the Pope comes out.
Yo,
and
you showed it to me in your old house.
And then my point is like it's cool because then like the Protestants and the Catholics like they beef within themselves, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's a scene where like towards the end of the show where the Nazis are just they get to hell, right? They come down and they fucking start murdering everyone on Earth. It's fucking intense. Like they're just like shooting up the place. They bomb London Bridge like because it's in London. And then like the Catholic Church comes. And they have like some white hoods, like the Crusades, like some KKK shit. Because fun fact, that's where it comes from. Uh-huh. And they like, oh, everyone's like, oh, we're saved, the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church is like, fuck it, like this is the end of times. And then they start shooting everyone too, the vampires and the humans, because they see it as like, all right, we're gonna have an only Catholic world, and we're gonna get rid of everyone. And the Catholic Church just comes down with like, not that it's cool that they do that, but like they come down with their hoods and shit, and everyone thinks they're saved, and they just start blasting on everyone. And then the Pope is behind the glass, like the car glass, but he's like in a helicopter, just like commanding all his like Catholic soldiers like to like just fucking, and it's fucking crazy. That's like yeah, it's fucking sick. Like it's fucking intense.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's actually like fucking crazy.
It's on Netflix, huh?
Nah, it's on like I don't know, it's somewhere.
I think it used to.
It's somewhere, but yeah, my point being like, I think that's like the coolest
scene
portrayal of like. Because that's a real thing. Like Catholic soldiers were a real thing, you know. Like, and I feel like that was just like such a insane like way to portray it. And I always remember that, like, damn, you know, like, yeah. And then it's fucking sick, dude.
That gives me the chills, just like The Rock at the WrestleMania event.
Just like The Rock at the WrestleMania.
Press
Did you
conference,
see that?
yeah.
Well, we just saw it right now, actually.
Yeah,
Look, they call it real quick. They call it the Ninth Crusade. They're all lined up.
yeah.
All the Catholic foos, right? Like, it's fucking crazy. And they all have their crosses and stuff like that. And that's their, like, new pope and stuff. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But, yeah, anyway, are you excited for do you have WrestleMania fever or Super Bowl fever?
WrestleMania fever.
Yeah.
I'm not a football fan overall.
Me neither.
I like, the only people I care about in the NFL is Tommy DeVito and Taylor Swift.
Damn, me too, bro. You know what? You know what I'm hoping? And I'll release this clip.
Hell yeah.
I'm hoping the Chiefs win. Travis Kelce gets down on one knee, proposes to Taylor Swift. You know why? Because it'll make it all about her. And I would fucking find that hilarious.
That'd be fun.
I would find it so fucking funny, dude. And I know I'm not the first one to say this, though.
Nah,
you copied Barstool, whatever. Nah, like, that shit would be fucking funny.
Barstool copies us.
Hell yeah, dog. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm not hating. I think the Super Bowl is like
it brings excitement.
It's almost like a holiday, right? I'll do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but
people gather up for it. But I'm just not a football fan, you know.
yeah,
Like, but I'm not gonna be buying saying, "Oh, they shouldn't be fucking watching," because I still watch like any other soccer final, you know.
yeah.
So that's cool. People enjoy it. It's just weird. Just don't bring your fucking jersey when they're not playing.
Yeah,
Like, don't bring a Raiders jersey at a Super Bowl party.
That's so sad.
That's the saddest thing.
You're like a Super Bowl cuck, you know. you like enjoy watching other. Yeah.
the Raiders and the Cowboys on the side.
Yeah, lift that fucking trophy, you know, just checking out like a cuck for a Super Bowl. You know?
That's looking funny.
Yeah. Like, yeah, Travis Kelce, how does that fucking trophy feel, huh? You fucking sick fuck.
Cool, like,
Yeah.
some Raiders. Fool.
But yeah, fucking, I thought that was cool. I'm definitely excited. I mean, I'm gonna go to my sister's house and fucking
Sick.
have some barbecue. Also, you know what? I noticed about Super Bowl? I feel like people's Super Bowl like barbecues are not that good. I feel like y'all are the type to buy like 6 pounds of meat for like 10 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And feed the rest chips.
Yeah, like chips and dip. Like, I'm not a fan of that. You're an animal with the dip. How you don't even heat it up, by the way. I think that's fucking insane.
Oh, you're supposed to heat it up?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude.
I thought it was just like that, like normal.
Fuck no, dude. Nachos are always heated up. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. I'm just too hungry. You know when I buy. You know I'm pretty hungry when I buy dip.
Yeah, you do eat pretty fast.
I do.
Yeah, for a skinny guy. Yeah.
But bring some.
Have you always eaten a lot?
Not a lot, but I do.
Like, you're not, for the people that don't know how you look, like, you're like a skinny fit guy.
Yeah.
But like, you do eat a lot. Like,
I could eat a lot.
you hang with me with the eating, actually.
I
It's
could eat a
fucking
lot.
crazy. Yeah. You always eating a lot since you were a kid? Like, would you get like seconds and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't a skinny kid growing up. I was,
You
a
were
little
big boy,
chunky.
yeah.
I wasn't like fat, but I was bigger than my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell in the pictures.
Oh yeah, that is true. You were a little bigger, yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, I hope the Chiefs win.
Me too. I hope the Chiefs win. Did you bet?
Nah. I ain't gonna play with my money. I got bills to pay.
Nah, true.
Yeah. But
I
also, I don't know much about football.
Nah, me neither. That's the thing. Like, I wish I could bet and shit, but don't want to be a dumbass just losing, you know?
I really do wish the Chiefs win. And just because, like, the 49ers, like,
They're
like,
confusing.
You haven't even been to the Bay Area. Yeah. Like you like the 49ers, but you like the Dodgers. and I had told a friend this, and she's pretty cool. I'll tell you who she is later. Like I told her like, wait, why do you like the Niners? But like you're not from the Bay Area. And she was like, oh, you're one of those people. And I was like,
it's confusing.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's confusing to me.
I don't get it.
Like you're rooting for. So then why don't you like the Giants, the San Francisco Giants, like for baseball?
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. Like I really don't get it. Like my coworker Nasser. He lived in the Bay Area for like decades and like years. So like I kind of get that. You know? Like okay, cool. Like that's where you're from. You know, that's where you were from. Like cool, be a Niners fan. But like, and also too, she tried to say like, oh, but the Rams and like people are like fans of the Rams all of a sudden. Yeah, but like, the Rams were an old team already, and they came back to LA. Yeah, they had already established something. Correct. So I'm like, I don't know. It's just really confusing. Niners fans are kind of like,
it's weird because you're like dissing San Francisco like in the summer, and then you're like, you're like fucking hyping it up in the winter.
You're just like a West Coast whore, you know?
Anything West Coast.
Yeah, dude. But I don't know. I'm pretty excited. I'm more excited about WrestleMania, dude. Let's talk about that, bro. Talk about that.
We just finished up watching the press conference, and obviously it was fucking badass. Seth Rollins came with the best suits, like how he always does, with that man bun.
In all seriousness. Do you see what I mean by like? Sometimes I don't like that.
Nah, I get it. Yeah. It's sometimes a little too flashy.
Yeah.
Too
like
too glamorous too. Almost, you know. It's like
you know why? It's because I think Seth Rollins. My favorite era of Seth Rollins was Architect Seth Rollins after he broke up the Shield and after he won Money in the Bank. Yeah. Like Money in the Bank, Architect Seth Rollins was like my favorite Seth Rollins.
Because your thing is that he doesn't even really need that flashiness, huh?
No, and here's why. Jim Cornette, when he was a manager in the territories, he would wear like pink suits. You know, Southern people, they wear colorful suits, you know? That's to get heat. Like, fuck this guy in a pink suit. What a fucking bitch. Like, he's a piece of shit, right? It's heat. I get it. But Seth Rollins is a babyface. Like, everyone, he's one of the most popular superstars in the fucking industry. There's no need for it, right? Yeah. And I'm like, okay. But also, the thing about Seth Rollins is he's one of the best fucking wrestlers in the world right now. Yeah. And he has been for years, right? So, respect. But that's what I mean by, like, for example, like when he cuts that promo during that Seth, Brock, and Cena triple threat, the one I showed you like a couple years ago. Remember that was fucking badass. Like he cuts the promo and he goes, "I'm the living, breathing future of the WWE." Like that promo was sick. He was serious, you know, and he was still a pussy heel, you know. Like obviously heels have to be pussy sometimes. And I thought that was perfect. Or like Architect Seth, where like he was smart and like he cashes in the middle of a triple threat match at Mania. Like that, like when a heel is smart, I like that shit. I like it when I can take a heel seriously.
You're a real joker there.
Yeah, exactly. But like I'm not a fan of like the if you are, that's fucking cool, right? I don't care. It's not the worst thing ever, but to me it's like, okay, like because then you hear him talk and he can cut a fucking promo. Right? Like he was with CM Punk a couple weeks ago, right? Like nobody likes you here, blah, blah, blah. Like it was fucking sick. But he didn't laugh that day, you know? He didn't wear anything funny that day. Like he was just very serious. Ultimately, who do you think came out on top in that press conference? Who looked the best?
The Rock looked the best, but Cody took it.
So Cody,
Seth barely got time to talk.
Yeah, some people were saying that Seth looked like a bitch.
Yeah, well, what did he really do? Although I did like the ending, though, when he called out The Rock.
Yeah, because I don't give a fuck if you're on the board. You can't do whatever the fuck you want. Shit here, yeah. And then The Rock was like, yeah, I do whatever the fuck I want. I was like, ooh. And Seth kind of did look a little like, I don't know, he's so believable. And that's what I mean. When he's so believable, he's so fucking good.
But you don't know, like, is there real heat?
Exactly.
Which I don't know if you're going to agree with me here, but I do think that Seth does have some hate with Dwayne.
And even with Punk.
Yeah, with Punk, but I think he could accept Punk more because at the end of the day, Punk has been in the business. Yeah. And stayed in the business.
Punk is there.
15, 20 plus years.
Yeah, exactly. No, I totally get
Dwayne,
it.
Like, it's like, we said it here and off topic. It's like, oh, only when you want to show up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you want to run the show. Like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck all your awards. Fuck if you're the biggest drawing star in the world, you know? Like, like, fuck you, you're not here, you know?
Yeah, you're not here, and WrestleMania was already sold out before you.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't get it.
So we don't need you.
But I don't mean to fucking suck my own dick, but I predicted heel Rock. Actually,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
You texted me yesterday. Like, I predicted. I'm like, fuck, hey, I give it to you there, because
yeah,
you hit a spot on.
Because this is what I was wondering. Like, I compare this to, and this is for my wrestling fans, by the way, so fucking bear with me. WrestleMania 30, the Yes movement, the Daniel Bryan movement. Batista got booed so fucking hard when he won the Royal Rumble, and it's fucked up because he was a babyface at the time, and that's fucked up because that's not Batista's fault,
Mm-hmm.
Batista won it. They told him to win it. He won it. He did his job. The worst thing they did is they kept Batista as a babyface, and it's like, nah, turn him heel. Nobody wants him. That's why I was like, this would work. If The Rock comes out and he says, you know what? It doesn't fucking matter what you think because I'm a fucking big star. You know why I'm main eventing WrestleMania? Because I've been gone 20 years and none of you guys became stars. So I have to come back because you guys can't do your job. You guys can take my spot. Roman Reigns, my blood, my cousin, has been the closest thing to me. And that's why we have to fight to be the biggest match. I don't care what you guys think. I can show up and do whatever the fuck I want. I thought, I was like, that'd be brilliant. But then I thought, maybe Rock won't do that because Rock portrays himself as a nice guy and everybody loves The Rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I don't think he'd be down, but he did do it. So I was like, oh, good for him for seeing that.
Yeah, he did.
How did you think Cody looked? He looked pretty good, actually.
I think Cody came out badass.
Yeah.
No theme song or anything, no introduction. He just went in and just talked his shit.
Yeah, that was real as fuck.
I did like when he was talking shit about the family, the bloodline.
That he was like, because Roman Reigns calls himself the head of the table. He's like, you've been the head of the table, but you haven't done any of the cooking the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that was fucking clean. Or even when Seth told him, oh, he showed up to work for once. Hell yeah. He's like, I like it, big brother. And then Roman got him. He's like, oh, you showed up to work in your wife's shoes. Like, I was like, damn, that was pretty good too. Roman is so mean with his promos. Like, get out of here. Last year was your year. You're embarrassing yourself. Go back to the loser desk. Like,
I think Roman was the weakest actually in this promo.
I don't think so. I think Seth was the weakest.
Oh no, Seth and then Roman. My bad.
What didn't you like about Roman? Or do you just think that Rock and Cody did so well that like you had to put them in?
And then I think Roman didn't get time too. Also, I think they were pretty cut. Like, The Rock just came in because if you think about it, Roman only had like 5 minutes of it.
Well, he was there the whole time, but talking wise.
Oh no, he was, but like Roman as his only part, like I think The Rock just cut it in and took the show there. But obviously Cody did his part too in the small time frame he had as well.
Yeah,
I think Cody did the best.
The best part was after when they Rock slapped Cody,
and then everybody just went in. And
I saw that, and I was like, "Ooh, heel Rock, it's over." And I was like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." Also, I'm so excited because I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
Yeah,
I don't know. Carlos had a good prediction, maybe a tag team match, Seth and Cody versus Rock and Roman. But then I'm like, you can't have. So it's 2 nights of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I feel like Rhea Ripley deserves to main event a night. Last year she had the best match.
Yeah,
last year with Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
It was the best match of the night. But the Usos main evented, which I also thought the Usos did deserve it because they've been on the grind for years.
Yeah.
But I also do agree with it's a world title. It should be the main event because I'm old school like that.
No, yeah, it has to.
So hold up, go ahead. I'm
want
sorry.
More ideas?
Yeah.
Let me knock on Dana's door.
Damn,
Dana, UFC, what's up, UFC fans? Y'all pieces of shits, clueless motherfuckers. Yeah, Dana, that's you too.
I wonder if TKO is like, hey guys, what are you? Hey guys, who's Jorge Masvidal? But anyway, let me wrap it up with Romania real quick, and we'll talk about UFC because that's actually a good point you bring up with the UFC. Yeah, I agree with you. Tag team match.
Nah, it's not.
I feel like fools like The Rock, which rightfully so, he's gonna want to be a main event at least one of the nights. And I feel like it's such a waste of a Roman and Rock being in the ring that, like, when is it going to happen again? Roman and Rock will happen because it's just so much money that it fucking makes sense. What I noticed a little bit, maybe I'm overthinking it, that The Rock was dogging CM Punk a lot when CM Punk was on the commentary booth. And I was like, ooh, I wouldn't mind. And my brother was like, I wouldn't mind seeing that rematch. So obviously, Punk has to win this time. And I was like, that'd be fucking clean, Where, like, you could make it where, like, Punk could be like, I'm getting Rock out of the way so Cody could fight Roman, and then we could do it right. and stuff like that, and I have unfinished business with you because you did the same that you're trying to do with Cody. You did it to me in 2013, right? And I'm not gonna let it happen again to someone else who's earned it. Boom.
You know what would be cool?
What?
You know, this is not gonna happen.
What?
A ladder match, Cody versus CM Punk.
Why a ladder match? Just
I don't know. I just
spots
think,
and stuff.
Yeah, I just think
For the title, I'm thinking when Punk comes back, he'll challenge Cody.
Or a triple threat
If Cody has to win. That's what I was thinking. A triple threat with Seth,
fit
Cody,
for a ladder
and
match.
Punk.
You know, like
yeah.
that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, like Rock won't do a ladder match. He's old already, which is fine.
Yeah, and Roman, I don't see Roman with a ladder either. You know.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like it has to be. I don't know what the main events are. I can't even give you a prediction. Like what the main events are going to be. And I think that's the coolest part. Just keep it real. Keep doing that. Keep doing shit like that.
Press conferences.
Keep doing press conferences.
I mean, they sold out T-Mobile, or not sell out. They filled up T-Mobile
arena with a
something
fucking
Dana and Connor haven't done in fucking 4 years. Like, you still need George Masvidal wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat just to fucking get a fucking.
Are you tired of the fighter gimmick already?
It's stupid. Like,
let Colby do it.
Yeah, like he was the first one there. You know.
Yeah.
Like, fuck everybody else. Like, oh, now everybody wants to be a fucking Republican nowadays, you know? Like, it's not... Who was fucking complaining about it? 2016. Oh, Vitaly. Also, I might be getting out a little bit out of hand here, but Vitaly, if people know him, prankster from early 2010s, 2015, you know, all that bullshit, World Cup. Because he ran a little backstory.
And now he's a broke cokehead.
Yeah, he's broke fool. So he ran into a field 2014 saying Donald Trump sucks or fuck Donald Trump, whatever. I don't remember. And then nowadays, last week he was in Bradley Martin's podcast saying that, I fucked up. I ran into a field saying Trump sucks, talking bad about him. Now I wish I could shake his hand and he probably won't even want to see me, you know? Yeah. But now everybody, like all these athletes, all these content creators, now they want to be friends with Trump. Like fuck you guys. You guys are fucking like liberals all the way in 2016, 15.
Yeah, or not even that they were liberals. Like, you're a grown man sucking off another grown man.
Yeah.
Like on the internet about how much you love him.
Like vote for him. Like be cool with what he says.
Have some respect for yourself, you know?
But don't be fucking a whore, you know?
I feel like these guys will be fucking their wives, and then Trump comes in and they stop fucking their wife to go talk to Trump. Like, that's how they are. Like, and then that's what I mean by, like, I don't care. Maybe you were liberal when you were younger and now you changed your mind. That's okay. But, like, it's more, that's the part that bothers me is that, like, stop sucking his cock so much. Like, it's okay. Like, he'll notice you one day.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of fighters doing that. I'm tired of, like, I don't care that Sean Strickland took a video with Donald Trump a couple weeks ago because that did happen. Like, I don't care. I like that when Colby did it. And even then, I think Colby should change his gimmick a little bit.
Yeah, because it's not.
Because you keep losing.
It's not fresh anymore.
And not only that, because you keep losing championship fights.
Yeah.
Win a championship, and then maybe you could redo it. But yeah, like I don't get it. Like UFC, man, it's actually worrying me right now.
They're relying on politics.
Yeah, it's like if you're Nick Khan of TKO and Endeavor, like what do you think of Dana White right now? I'm not saying he's pissed at him or he regrets doing the deal, but
maybe all those athletes just fucking just come into the wrestling entertainment and sign with Tony Khan.
Stupid. Nah,
what I think they should do, the UFC and Dana White, I think they should just throw in like their biggest star in their perspective and throw him into the WWE, see what he could do, you know? Not even wrestle, just fucking like entertain, shit talk. You know?
I feel like those whose prides, they won't want to do that.
That's the thing, you know? That your fucking pride interrupts your fucking growth and your career.
And like the which I will give to Vince McMahon, like obviously he's a horrible person, but business mind, like I will say, like he brought back Eric Bischoff, like he brought him to work for him.
He knows when he's wrong and when he needs the puzzles to connect. Yeah,
like he thought at that point he needed Eric Bischoff and he hired him. Where I feel like he didn't have that pride of like, oh fuck this fool, I'm at war with this fool, and I feel like Dana still has that 2005 mentality where like we're doing something completely different from wrestling, like blah blah blah. Like, well, not to be a dick, but like The Rock, a wrestler, one of the boys, has power in TKO now. So like, it is what it is, dude. Like, WWE didn't merge with you. You merged with WWE. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I feel like WWE is the king of TKO right now.
They are.
Like, I don't see it. And also, you know what wouldn't hurt? I feel like UFC should have their International Fight Week, which is in July. They should make that like a WrestleMania thing. Do a stadium. Could they do a
Wembley?
stadium?
I think they can.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh, I don't know about now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't take every UFC event kind of feels the same. Even 200, 300, the every 100s, right? They try to do it special. Like, they're all the same. Like, they feel the same. They sound the same. They look the same. Every ring looks the same. Like, their production could be a little boring, and their fights don't feel special sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Where like WWE, they'll make SummerSlam feel special. They'll make WrestleMania feel special. They'll make Survivor Series feel special.
Look how they make the arenas. You know, the whole stadium. You know, they fix it up. You know, that's something UFC, MMA, in general have never done.
Yeah, like when Dana was like, oh, how come there's no musical performances, like musicians walking out, fighters, because this isn't a fucking circus, because only their coaches walk out with them, because they're the ones that. I thought it was fucking sick when Chief Keef came out with fucking Tank Davis. I thought that was cool. And I'm not saying you need to have rappers in the UFC. That's not what I'm saying. My point is, like, have fun with the production a little bit. I feel like they're so. Also, I'll let you say your piece right now. I'm sorry. Like, also, don't be all about professionalism and then you promote Slap Fight League. Go ahead.
I think they should throw in like some fireworks, some smoke. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys do it for Connor?
Yeah, like exactly. And
Connor went out when they performed the Fuck You Do live, you know?
And I remember that to this day. And it was like 10 years
probably
ago.
One of the best entrances, you know?
Yeah. Even Chad Mendez's fucking country boy entrance was fucking clean.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. That's what I think. Like, I feel like they have that pride.
UFC needs to work in production, talent development. Because they honestly, even though they have a performance institute,
it's only for fighters.
Who's coming out of there? Yeah,
it's only for fighters. Yeah, like exactly. Like, for example, like where did Messi come out of?
Well, first from his New Orleans Boys in Argentina. From New Orleans Boys, they transferred him to Barcelona
Academy, right?
At the age of 13.
Exactly. What other great Barcelona players came out from Barcelona Academy? All of them, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, right? That makes sense. You're right. Where I thought the UFC PI was gonna be kind of like the soccer academy.
I thought too.
When it first happened, I thought they were gonna have like the top jiu-jitsu kids, right? That win like the tournaments. Yeah. Too many letters, huh? For sure. The ACDC.
They sound like battery packages.
Yeah. Like have the youth kids that win the ADCC tournament. The kids that got double gold, have them in the PI. The kids that are winning Golden Glove, amateur bar, have them in the PI, and develop people instead of just like, oh, this is a free gym that fighters can train in. If you happen to be in the location of Vegas or wherever they have the other ones, like it's like it doesn't make sense to me. I thought that was really what they were gonna do.
Like imagine the UFC had like just fucking scouts all over America, and then going to like high school and colleges and looking at the top performers in wrestling.
Yeah, because I'm so tired of all these Dagestanis. Yeah. They all look the same. They all talk the same.
Bullshit.
They fight the same.
Yeah, bullshit. There's no great American wrestlers, you know? Like,
dude, you don't think there's some big country boy wrestlers that could beat the shit out of a fucking Dagestani?
Yeah, like 100%. Some Cornhusker and shit.
Yeah. You know? Some fucking pink guy with red hair.
Fuck.
Like let's do it.
Out there
yeah.
too, you know?
You don't think there's Mexican kids that have been knocking other kids out in boxing gyms right now?
Yeah.
Like, let's fucking do it. Let's scout. Because honestly, realistically, who's the biggest star in the UFC right now? Conor doesn't count. He hadn't fought in like 5 years. And that's a serious question I'm asking.
I don't know. A couple episodes ago we were talking about it.
Months later, and then I still don't like. It's scary. It's scary, and I feel like if I'm TKO, I put the pressure on a little bit. Like, all right, dude, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble was a huge success, right? They sold out the Tampa Stadium, like.
I think they lay it out in probably in plans. Like, give me this 5-year plan, and if these numbers, the first numbers aren't going well, then we might shorten that contract. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know how it works, but it's like,
that would be kind of like a base plan of what you would want, you know?
But look at all this shit. All this McMahon shit happened,
and they still went through. They
still got $5 billion from fucking Netflix, right? My point being, $5 billion from Netflix. Royal Rumble sold out the Tampa Stadium. WrestleMania buzz like fucking crazy. Everybody talking about The Rock, not because of his next movie, talking about The Rock because of fucking wrestling. Everyone people know who Cody Rhodes is now. Like one of my managers was like, "Oh, Cody Rhodes, is he pretty cool?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's badass."
I was going through the likes on The Rock's page like a stalker.
Yeah.
And I saw like people, random ass people like I wouldn't expect were liking Cody Rhodes' post with them. You know?
Yeah,
that was crazy. That was cool. That was cool to see.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and all that shit and the $5 billion from Netflix. Like, all right, UFC, like, cool. Jorge Masvidal, nice.
He's bringing $300,000.
Like, oh, you might get Conor back for the winner this year. Cool.
Might.
Like, awesome. Like, I don't care. Oh, John Jones is still injured, even though John Jones has never been a draw in MMA ever. The only time John Jones ever draws is against DC because this is a badass rivalry.
Yep.
In that turn, I'll say DC is a draw, not him. I don't get it, man. I don't hope. But yeah, dude. The Vince McMahon thing is fucking crazy. More developments was John Laurinaitis, the guy who was involved in the lawsuit where he would pass around the girl as well. They would have 3-ways and all that stuff. Apparently, John Laurinaitis said that he's a victim and that he was forced to do those things, right? His lawyer said it. And basically throwing Vince McMahon under the fucking bus. So now it's going to be that girl and John Laurinaitis talking shit about Vince. That girl should go after both of them, though, because fuck Johnny Ace as well.
Yeah.
But the real ringer is he fucking mentioned something crazy where a couple months ago I talked about that diva Ashley that committed suicide because she allegedly got raped at the Tribute to the Troop show.
Yeah.
And basically John Laurinaitis confirmed that Vince McMahon hid that murder, right? And now it's fucking crazy that, like, it's basically confirmed that, like, Vince McMahon covered up a murder. And there's also rumors that have been happening before where they say Vince McMahon covered up Jimmy Snuka killing his girlfriend. Remember that Dark Side?
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, Vince McMahon covered it up. So it's fucking crazy, you know? All right, this is what it says. Per Vice News, John Laurinaitis, through his attorney, admits that WWE management knew of Ashley Massaro's claim that she was raped in Kuwait while on the WWE tour there. WWE had denied knowledge of such a claim after she later committed suicide. That Ashley thing really me da coraje.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's shitty. Fuck the troops that did that. You're a fucking piece of shit. Fuck Vince McMahon for covering it up. And I don't want to hear that. And this is why I'm not a fan of, like, well, why didn't she say anything? Like, that's fucked up, you know? But my point is being, like, se le va a armar a Vince McMahon. Like, now it's crazy because now it's a murder cover-up.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit piling up.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So, did you see what Bret Hart said about it?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to know.
We'll end it on here, but
I'm
Bret
excited
Hart,
to see what Bret Hart
the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Via Slate magazine. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm not worried about Vince's feelings. He's never cared about mine. I don't have any problem with everybody kicking his head around the parking lot. I'm okay with the truth coming out. I don't think this is the only incident of this kind of predatory behavior. I think you'll find that it's everywhere in WWE. I always had a respect for him. Now it's tainted. I'm embarrassed that I thought so highly of him. Knowing what kind of a weirdo he became, I have absolutely zero respect for him. Bret Hart and Vince McMahon. This is why I think this is such a great answer. He admits that he did look up to him.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at wrestlers for seeing him even as a father figure. Maybe he was to you. And that must be what's so tough when like mothers that like it turns out like their kids are like pedophiles. Like there's a shame, you know? There's like a what the fuck? Like I've never seen the side of that person. So I like that Bret Hart admits like, yeah, I admired him. I loved him, you know? But fuck him. Like there's nothing wrong with admitting like, yeah, I was close to this guy and he was my friend and not only my boss, but I don't support him, you know? I think Bret Hart gave a great answer. What do you think?
I think he gave it perfect, you know?
Yeah.
I did like how he said that Vince never cared about his things, so why should I care about his? You know, I think that's badass.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you hit it right on the point.
Yeah, exactly,
I think
man.
that's cool. Like calling him out a little too, you know?
Yeah, did you see Seth Rollins, what he said about it?
No, I didn't.
Seth Rollins gave, and I agree with my brother Carlos, he had the best answer where he didn't dance around it. He didn't say, "Oh, let's find out what happens," or oh, I don't know anything about it, or like proven whatever. He gave a really good one. He said, it's a crap situation. I said it in the interview the other day at a radio show. It sucks. It's horrible. It's disgusting. I don't like hearing about it. It's abhorrent. And I hope that if the allegations are accurate, I hope that anybody who's involved with it gets what's coming to them, because it sucks, dude. And for me, it's very difficult because, again, I didn't see that side of him. You know what I mean? I didn't experience that. And so when you see stuff like that, it's jarring, it's painful, and it sucks all around. There's just no other way. It sucks. It really sucks. Seth Rollins. I feel like that makes Triple H look really bad with the pussy-ass answer that he gave. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Bret Hart are all giving better answers than the president of the
We company. Had a good weekend of pay-per-views.
Yeah, I want to focus on the positive things. The Royal Rumble sold out. Like, fuck, dude. Like, I'm not saying say he was guilty. Just say, like...
I feel like Stephanie lo controló ahí.
I feel like Stephanie, fun fact, like, every time Vince
Have they said anything, Stephanie or Shane?
Every time Vince came back, Stephanie left the company. So, I feel like Stephanie knew something was going to happen with him. Or she found something out personally. I don't think Stephanie talks to Vince anymore.
Damn.
I think that. I don't know. Would you have kids? Would you let, not you, but her, like, would you let your kids be around a pervert? Like, not even if they're his grandkids, like, when he's had storyline ideas of, like, him getting Stephanie McMahon pregnant for a storyline, like, would you really let that guy around your kids? Like, I don't know. I don't
know. It's a weird situation.
I think Stephanie's a mom first.
Yeah.
And
what about Shane?
I think Shane, that's the reason why Shane left a long time ago.
Oh.
And he went to, like, live in China and do business for, like, years. Like,
fuck.
I feel like that's what it is. Like, I don't think anybody talks to Vince. And, like, Linda and Vince haven't, like, lived together in, like, 20 years.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, they don't live. They're, like, separated. And it's been like that forever. So I don't think Vince has any family that, like, has his back. I feel like La Vergüenza, you know? Like, if it turns out, like if it came out, like, your dad's texting shit like that, like, it's fucking embarrassing, you know? Like, fuck. But, like, I think it's right to distance yourself from him. But, yeah, I don't think... I don't know. We'll see what happens, dude. But anyway, man.
We're like Judge Judy.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let the fans know where they can find us, sir.
Well, if you guys want to find us on our social media, first on X, Twitter, whatever the fuck it is now, at OffTopic34. Follow us there. And Instagram, if you want to see live videos, stories, anything recent, Off Topic Podcast 34, and that's where you'll find the links to all our channels that we're in. So yeah, click in, boom, follow.
All right, guys, I'm Kobe the Gorilla,
and I'm Mach,
and this was episode 117.
Yes, sir. In the books.
We are out. Thank you, guys.